Hey guys, how's everybody doing out there? I'm Burning Kid, back again. Welcome back to another movie review. Actually, guys, Malcolm and I just recently got back from seeing The Jungle Book. This was on my radar. This was a must see for me. Having being a fan of the original 1967 animated version, a fan of the novel that Kipling wrote. Um, I was eager to see what John Favreau would do with a live action version of this movie. Now, as always, what I do in my movie reviews is always do is to prove that I did see the movie, and I show you my ticket stub. There you go. There you go. If you could see that, yeah, saw it at 5:15. After that, me and Malcolm went and ate and just chilled and things like that. Um, we put up a little bit of a deal on my Instagram, which connects to my Facebook, and we said the same thing. We enjoyed it very much. This was Malcolm's second movie of 2016 he saw, and he enjoyed it. Not gonna go into too much detail about the plot because if you kind of know the story already, it doesn't. It pretty much is almost the same. There are some changes, but overall, okay, first of all, let me get one thing straight. Yes, this movie is heavily, heavily CGI. The only live action is the little boy known as Nell Sethi, who plays Mowgli, who pretty much is acting pretty much on his own. He's his performance in this was, especially for a newcomer, I very much enjoyed it because he's pretty much acting with probably people telling him, okay, Bagheera is to your left, now you talk, or Baloo is to your left, okay, Raja is on your face, you're holding Raja, or something like that. It's really just his performance, which I really appreciate. I was like, okay, I like that. So yeah, this movie is, but we all knew that coming into it, so I don't think anybody should have been surprised by that. But did this movie still have the same charm that the original did? Yes, it did. But it did go a little bit in deep with in terms of what Kipling originally wrote, which I enjoyed. Um, the movie is definitely about self discovery. That's pretty much the main themes. Discovering who you are. Where do you fit into this world? With Mowgli as being here is a young man, a man cub or so, who is raised by a pack of wolves, and they look at him as being a part of the pack. And here comes the antagonist of the movie, Shere Khan, the tiger, who looks at man as being not welcomed in the jungle, um, as being an outsider, something that should not belong. Uh, and there's more in depth into why he hates man, and we get to see that Shere Khan is his hatred for man goes from something that happened in the past that we get to see in this. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but it has something to do with him losing his eye because he has like one eye, like he has one good eye and the other eye is like dead, like he is just white. So his feeling is that I kill Mowgli to set an example, in a sense. Pretty much keeping true to what the the '67 version was, but going a little bit with the darker themes because as well in this movie the jungle played a big role as well in this movie. It very much did. Talking about the voice actor, let's talk about that. Sir Ben Kingsley as Bagheera, liked it was natural. I liked it. I very much liked hearing Ben Kingsley's voice while he was narrating. I'll spoil that he narrates the movie, just like Bagheera did in the original movie. Uh, he narrates the movie. He's narrating, and then he's like Mowgli's guardian as well. Uh, You had Lupina Nyong'o. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her last name right. Played Raja, the wolf mother that raised Mowgli, and I thought she brought so much light to that character. Um, and I'll be honest and truthful, guys. There's a scene where she is about to say goodbye to Mowgli at one point, and I kid you not, guys, the waterworks started instantly coming with me. I don't know what it is. It's just mother stuff. Just it gets me, guys, and I don't mind shedding tears about that. Uh, we have uh, we have Bill Murray played Baloo, and oh man, he was great. The audience was laughing anytime Bill Murray came on as Baloo. It was just go time. Classic Bill Murray. You loved hearing him. It was great. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson playing Ka, and to be honest with you guys, as good as it was to hear her voice, and it was very like, oh my god, but I'm gonna be honest with you, she was not in it as much as you think she was. Like she was here, and that was it. Basically, one scene, she was gone. Um, and I'm gonna get into more with Scarlett because there's one problem I had with the movie, and I'll talk about that. Israel Elba playing Shere Khan. I thought he brought the same kind of mannerism that the original voice actor from the original series brought with Shere Khan. You know, very kind of regal, but also vicious and devious at the same time. And Shere Khan in this was just, he was a bastard. It was just like, this mother, you know? Um, and then you had Christopher Walken as King Louis, which very much felt like, you know, King Louis was like the Don of the apes, which was kind of he lives up to because in this movie he's not a orangutan. He's the extinct great ape known as Gigantopithecus. You know, the ape that what is said to be what Sasquatch is, a descendant of. So yeah. Um, and I'm forgetting Aquila who played Aquila, but I know I recognize him his voice. He's done a lot of work too, and then of course there's a lot of other actors that did a lot of stuff too. But the voice acting was good in my opinion. I very much enjoyed what I heard from everybody, but I would say my favorites were probably Bill Murray and Ben Kingsley. They really brought it, and Lupina. She really I loved hearing her as uh, Raja. I really loved that. You know, it was just like she had that motherly voice, and she was fierce as like the mother, like very protective of her pups, and I loved that. I was just like, yeah, that's the kind of mother you want. Uh, the and I liked that they kept kind of what Farag did with Kipling's work in his original script, making the elephants really be more of holier, like very much high worshipped. Like I'll spoil this for you guys. Anytime the elephants came through, you had to bow to them in respect to them, and I was just like, that was in the original Kipling's Jungle Book. They were really highly respected, and I was glad they kept that. None of them really talked, but it was really something visual appealing to me. Like yes, they kept the elephants like very regal. And let's face it, we're talking about Hinduism. Indian elephants are very highly worshipped in Hinduism, so I was glad they kept that. But definitely the little boy Sethi, you know, Nell Sethi, yeah, I loved his vigor. I mean, I'm wondering this boy was doing his own stunts because there were times it looked like he was jumping around, tumbling around, things like that. Very his ingenuity in this really shined, and what we looked at as ingenuity, the rest of the animals looked at it as being like tricks, which I like his don't use your trickery, Mowgli, and things like that. I was like, okay, that's interesting, but very much the theme of this movie was about self-discovery. Where do you fit? How is one supposed to, you leave one place to try to adapt to another place? It's not easy. Self-discovery, which I enjoyed. There's a scene in here with Aquila, the alpha of the pack, and Shere Khan, and my God, Malcolm and I, when that happened, we just like, oh, because I'm not gonna spoil what he does, but it was just like, it's like you just look at Shere Khan, you're just like, you bastard, like just stuff like that was just like, man. Um, like I said before, Bill Murray was great as Baloo, and the scenes where the animals were fighting each other was like, to me, you felt every whack, hit, bite, scratch. I was like, damn, like seeing Baloo go at it was cool. I was like, yeah, this is not your ordinary Baloo. He's gonna fight back, and I love that. But there's a fight between Bagheera and Shere Khan. There's a fight between Baloo and Shere Khan, the Wolf Pack and Shere Khan. Um, I love that they play up the red flower fire and make it just as dangerous as Kipling originally wrote it, which I enjoyed. And there was just the whole fact of, like I said, the elephants I loved. Like that part really made me like, they're playing up the elephants as being highly worshipped. Yes, keep that. Uh, but if I was to say anything bad about this movie, in my opinion, was probably Ka's part. Um, when she comes in to her scene, uh, it's very alluring and intense in the sense because she comes in and you just hear Scarlett's voice and you're just like, you don't know if you want to just, oh, that's so lovely, but she's dangerous. But she goes on to talk about Mowgli's origin, and I literally turned to Malcolm and I was like, how does she know all that? That was the one thing I had a problem with. I'm like, how does she know that? How does she know that? You know, it just made me like really like, how did she know that? She tells Mowgli his origin, like where you came from, everything like that, while she's hypnotizing him, and she they got the whole eyes. The eyes were turning colors, and and Mowgli's just uh, even King Louie's part was interesting, especially the chase scene between Louie and Mowgli, which was, you just see this big giant ape squeezing through this temple trying to catch Mowgli. It was just hilarious. You see him, ah, yeah, he's trying to grab him. The songs were there, of course. I Want to Be Like You, you know, was in it, and of course, The Bare Necessities was in the song as well. So they kept the original songs. They changed a little bit of the songs because, for example, they did change "Want to Be Like You." They kind of changed some lyrics to it to fit what Louis is in this. But other than that, I very much enjoyed it. This was a fun movie, in my opinion. Very fun. It very much stayed true to the elements of the original as well as Kipling's original. And yeah, Kipling's original novel was very dark. There's some very dark themes in that movie, in that novel, excuse me. And there's some in this, but doesn't go too dark. But there's some scenes just as like, whoa. Um, Now I do know that there is another Jungle Book movie coming out that Andy Serkis is gonna direct, and I know Benedict Cumberbatch is gonna play Shere Khan in that. Kate Blanchett is gonna be Kaa, so they're gonna keep a female Kaa. I think I think Christian Bale is gonna play Bagheera. I'm forgetting who's playing Baloo and things like that, but Andy Serkis has one coming out next year called Jungle Book Origins. I'll probably see that one too. But overall, I did enjoy it. This was a movie that the budget was like 157 point mil already. It's made, uh, from what I read, it made 57.1 million in the box office right now. So it's on its way. This has just been a fun movie, in my opinion, guys. No, I wasn't going to try to get too much into the plot. What happens? Just say it's very ingenious how Mowgli defeats Khan. It really was. It's not like the original where they just put a twig with fire on it on his tail and Shere Khan just runs away. No, it was a little bit different, but cool. But definitely it was good. It's fun. I can't. I'll be looking forward to. I would love to see this again. I'll definitely looking forward to watching it on Blu-ray or so. We didn't see it in 3D, 3D IMAX. We just saw it regular. Um, but very much enjoyed it. I do. If you're a fan of the original and you're a fan of the Jungle Book in general, I do recommend it. You will love the little boy's performance in this. I don't know how old that boy is now, but I very much praise his performance because of he's definitely just performing by himself. Really, that's pretty much what he's doing, and you got to give him a lot of credit for that. But I didn't mind the CGI. I thought the visuals were pretty good. But yes, this is heavily CGI. But we all knew that coming into this movie. Um, and other than that, guys, this is Mom Running Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. As always, I'll catch you guys next time with another movie review. The next movie, of course, the big one, Cap, of course. But there's some other movies in between that I want to see, and I'll do a review on those as well. But I enjoyed Jungle Book very much. If you saw the movie, you tell me what you thought about it. If you didn't like it, tell me why. If you did, tell me why. If you've never seen it, or just leave your input, guys. That's all I'm saying. But other than that, you guys take care, and I am out. Ta ta.